In the first unit, we have discussed how the GST procedure has been started in which year 2017, and how the procedure of registration has been done, and how the input tax credit has been implemented, and what are the GST returns are to be filed, and what the payments are to be claimed. Now we are going to discuss how the goods are being launched in the part of GST description. So what is GST description under goods? Describes about intrastate as well as intrastate and interstate. What is meant by intrastate? Intrastate means the goods and service tax done with same state is known as intrastate. The process of transaction held within the state is known as intrastate, and the process of transaction which is being done with one state to other state is known as interstate. The description of the goods and services regarding intrastate will be inward as well as outward of supplying goods. So what is meant by inward? Purchasing the goods. Outward, selling the goods. The procedure how we are going to record the transactions in particular to goods and services, the same content will be utilized in part of purchasing the goods and selling the goods. So when you are describing inward, we will be having a purchase return as well as a sale return. The same manner outward, purchase return as well as a sale return description. How it is being linked? Inward, we will be writing purchase return only, and we are describing outward, we are going to go with sale return description. So in this, what is the concept we have to learn in the second chapter? Return of goods, return of GST description under debit note and credit note. So there will be giving a problem describing to explain the debit note with an example in Tally ERP9. So when we are going to know what is intrastate and intra and interstate description, we will be knowing the particular how to enable the GST procedure first. So in chapter 2 we are going to learn first of all the point known as enabling GST. So enabling GST, we all know how we are going to go into the Tally. We know that we have to create a company. After creating company, we have to go in terms of getting gateway of Tally, account info, create company. After creating the company's details in the procedure, then we are going to link F11, F3 key in the keyboard, which describes the GST procedure to be continued with the proceeding of GST taxes. When this process is done, then we are going to go with a purchase as well as a sale concept under intra and as well as in inter. So what we are going to learn in purchase and sale of intra deals about the state of the same state, which is described the purchase also as a sale content. When you are describing a purchase and a sale content, the rate of description within the state would be CGST and SGST only. And when you are describing for inter, then it will be IGST itself. So rate of description will be divided into the parts of CGST and SGST under, if I am going to go with a goods rate of description 18%, so I am going to describe with 9% and 9%, where interstate describes only 18% itself. With the description, the data all will be recorded in the procedure format which is given in the material for you all. Now we are going to learn other concept regarding which are the important topics in the second unit. Masters of transaction level. What are the levels we are going to follow with? When you are describing interstate, intrastate, the level description we know how the goods and services are being linked in particular. Then we are going to know what are the rates to be followed and the stock groups and stock items. We all know how to create a stock group and stock item in Tally. So when we are going to know the stock group and stock items, how we are going to create? When we are going to create, we are going to double click on the icon on the ERP9 Tally describing ERP9 Tally describing the data. When you are creating a company, then we have to create stock groups and stock items. What is the process of creating stock groups and stock items? We are going to create in particular gateway of Tally, accounting info, create ledgers. In the creating ledger, we are going to create stock groups and stock items. In that, we have to create GST rates as well. Then after creating those data, the procedure of the format, we are going to go with accounting vouchers. There, if it is a purchase, we are going to write as F9, and if it is sale, we are going to write as F8. The data will be recorded there itself. When you are writing F9, when you are creating GST, here rates of description CGST and SGST. When you are recording this data, automatically when you are writing a voucher entry of a particular invoice, the data will be recorded in terms of the procedure which is given in the material for you all. Then we are going to learn the importance of hierarchy level. What is hierarchy? It is nothing but the level of description of an entries recorded in particular to Tally ERP 9. So there are how many levels? We all know that there are 6 levels we are going to discuss. These are the important topics we have to learn in unit 2.